I'm about to show you the new way to sync audio and video with timecode in Adobe Premiere Pro. So you can take footage and audio with either embedded timecode or linear timecode and go from having your footage and audio files completely disorganized to perfectly synchronized in just 2 clicks. Hey, I'm Matt Johnson, by the way, and I'm here to teach you everything that I know about filmmaking and video editing, so please subscribe if you want to learn more. To start, you're going to want to open up Premiere Pro and import some footage and audio that you have filmed with timecode, and here I have 2 examples that I'm going to show you for how to synchronize your audio and video. Up first, let's talk about the old way that Premiere Pro supported timecode, and we're going to do that with this video clip and audio clip here. The video clip was filmed with a Sony a7S III, and the audio was recorded with a Deity PR2, and to synchronize the timecode between both of these devices, I used a Deity TC1 timecode device. For this first example, we are using embedded timecode, meaning that I used a cable to go from the Deity TC1 device into the micro USB port of the Sony a7S III, which caused the timecode signal to be embedded into the actual metadata of the video file itself that the camera recorded. And then, because the Deity PR2 audio recorder that I used also had its timecode embedded into the metadata of its audio file as well, it's super seamless to synchronize this audio and video in Premiere Pro. All you have to do is make sure that your audio and video clips that you want to sync are on the timeline, drag to select them, right-click, go to Synchronize, then make sure you select timecode here, press OK. Boom, they're synchronized just like that, instantly. It's awesome. Or alternatively, if you have more than just one camera and audio clip like I have here, you can go over to where all of your footage is, select all of your video and audio clips, right-click on them, select Create Multi-Camera Source Sequence, then go over here to Timecode, press OK, and then you're going to have this fancy new multicam sequence created that has all of your video and audio clips synchronized using timecode, and that works really great as well. But remember how I said at the start of this video that there's a new way to synchronize with timecode in Premiere? Well, that is what our second example is for, because Adobe recently added the ability for Premiere Pro to synchronize your audio and video clips using a different flavor of timecode called linear timecode. This is a feature that has been in DaVinci Resolve for many years, and I'm so excited to see it in Premiere Pro as well, because linear timecode is arguably a significantly more versatile way to use timecode due to it working with virtually any audio recorder or camera. So you remember how in the first example I was talking about how I used a special cable to plug into the micro USB port of my Sony a7S III to embed the timecode to the video file? Well, that is a feature that was only recently added to the a7S III, and there are a lot of cameras and audio recorders out there that may not support embedded timecode like this, but the good news is that linear timecode doesn't need any special features or capabilities for it to work. All that your camera recorder needs is a spare audio channel. So if you have a camera like this one that can record audio in stereo, you can use either the right or left channel to save a linear timecode signal that can now be read by Premiere Pro and used to sync your audio and video. It's pretty darn magical. Now, for this second example, I have another audio and video clip here, but the difference is that while the Deity PR2 audio clip is still recording the same audio with the embedded timecode for my camera, instead of inserting a special timecode cable into the micro USB port, I instead inserted a 3.5mm microphone cable from the Deity TC1 into the microphone jack of the camera. Then the TC1 output a linear timecode audio signal that was saved to the left channel of my camera's audio file, which you can see right here. It's this solid line. And side note, I'm not actually going to play the audio file here because the timecode signal will hurt your ears, and it's basically a very loud, very fast electronic beep that actually brings me back to the old days of having dial-up internet whenever the modem would make a lot of sounds while it was connecting. Do you know what I'm talking about? I feel old now. It's kind of like that, but arguably better, because instead of giving you super slow internet, you get synchronized audio and video files, which is great. Anyways, just like before, we have our audio and video files here on our timeline ready for us to synchronize, but you do have one extra step when working with linear timecode, and that is that you need to go over here to your video clip in the project panel, right-click on it, and go to Modify Timecode. And then for this box, it's going to give you a lot of options here, but you're going to want to make sure that linear timecode is selected, because by default, there's a chance that Premiere may not recognize that this audio from one of your channels is timecode, which has happened to me before. As you can see, it just happened then. So by changing this setting, this helps guarantee that Premiere Pro sees the timecode signal and uses it to sync your video. Then you can press OK, select your video clip and audio clip, right-click and go to Synchronize, select Timecode, press OK, and just like that, in less than 1/10 of a second, your audio and video clips are now synchronized using this new linear timecode capability that was recently added to Premiere Pro. And again, just like earlier, if you have a lot of audio and video clips from a lot of different cameras and audio recorders that you need to synchronize that all have timecode, you can select all of them, right-click, go to Create Multi-Camera Source Sequence, but here's the difference. Instead of selecting timecode, you're going to want to go down here to Other Timecode and make sure that it says Linear Timecode to make sure that things synchronize properly. Press OK, and now you have another multicam sequence ready for you to edit that has all of your audio and video clips synced up at once. Isn't that cool? Timecode is awesome, and it's going to save you a ton of time synchronizing your audio and video clips, and I'm so glad that Premiere Pro now supports linear timecode. I'm also glad that I can tell you about my free guide called Edit Videos Like a Pro. This guide is going to show you some of the most important things that took me years to learn as a video editor and help you level up your editing skills super fast in Premiere Pro, DaVinci Resolve, Final Cut, any other editing software. You can download this guide for free at the link down in the video description. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day.